several markets regularly. They can't tackle every independent show around. The biggest one that could be hurt is Ring of Honor. Not because talent is going to get taken, but because as NXT is showing with possible ECW dates and the definite San Jose dates, is they can show up where they please, pretty much, and take some of that audience away. Though, it doesn't really make much sense for the ROH side, for the New Japan weekend, since ROH is sold out. But still, in the future, when NXT is really planning farther ahead, if they wanted to, they could do damage.
Yeah, for every top star that goes to the WWE from the Indies, there's a handful of guys waiting, who have been waiting and working to get a crack at that top spot. Like, ROH isn't hurting because Kevin Steen left. You know what I mean? Like, they've got new stars. So to me, to say it's the death of it, the Indies, like, that just seemed wild to me when I saw people tweeting that out. You can't duplicate, like, you go to a lot of indie shows, Sam. I've been to indie shows myself. You can't duplicate, the atmosphere. No matter, the WWE, they try. I've jokingly said in the past, NXT is WWE's version of an indie company. But you can't duplicate, the experience, from an indie show and translate that to the WWE. They're going to take the top guys. The WWE has been doing that ever since they've been in business. Hulk Hogan came from the AWA, you know what I mean? So this isn't anything new. It's certainly not the death of the indies. If anything, this to me will strengthen the indies a little bit. Maybe more people will continue to tune into the indies and find them on YouTube or find them on SmartMark and see where these guys are coming from.
And I think it's a very valid possibility. I think a lot of people are going that route as well. Just to go back one more time, because I made a wrong accreditation. So I gotta give back to that credit to the idea of multiple performance centers in different regions to love him or hate him, Robert. I know many people hate him, but he was the one that said that earlier. So, yeah, again, they won't kill the indies, but this is the Triple H version of the 84 expansion. So,
there you go. I like that analogy.
Yeah. It's pretty much just him seeing what his father-in-law did and seeing if he can replicate it on a smaller basis.
Absolutely. And, Triple H, to me, he's a guy that understands they need to take some of the top talent from the indies because they need new stars, like now, which is why they've sort of abandoned the develop your own to a degree. I mean, they still develop their own stars, whether or not they become stars. Well, I guess time will tell. But Triple H knows that the WWE needs guys who can be ready, after a few months in the performance center. Sami Zayn could go up to the main roster right now. Kevin Owens could probably go not too much longer from now. Because, let's face it, our main complaint with the WWE is lack of depth on the main roster. And it's not even depth as in number of people. It's people that they have there, they have tarnished or ruined by poor booking that we just don't care about a lot of them anymore. So we need new people. And I think Triple H gets that. The
question is, if NXT has its own brand, when do some of these people come up?
That is also a good question. I guess whenever Vince McMahon says, hey, I want this guy.
As in, do some of these people that they sign ever go up?
That will be the most interesting thing, I think, coming. I mean, if they truly want to make this its own brand, that's a great question. Because there are people that I think would benefit better from staying on NXT. Like, I love Tommy. I have for a long time. If he goes to the main roster, he's going to get the Orient Express music, and he'll be gone in 6 months. Like, he's just not a guy, to me, that Vince McMahon right now is going to take seriously. You know what I mean? So there are guys who would benefit from staying on NXT.
That'd be a sad situation. Because this is a person that left Japan and thought he was going to make an impact and and was going to be able to be on the biggest stage there is, and essentially he would be signed under that assumption, and he would never see that stage. That's a distinct possibility.
That is very true. Yeah, I mean, they made the big deal about him. Hulk Hogan went over there. I think they had Kobashi out there for him when he got signed, so, I mean, if he does stay on NXT, it might be a little bit of a disappointment.
Not only would he have uprooted himself, he's probably making less money. And that would just be, and I feel like that could be a possibility where they do that in the future, where they sign people with the assumption that there's room to move up, but that room really doesn't show. And where you have Baron Corbin move up, and Bold MCs, and others, but some of these guys, like Kevin Owens, or Tommy, or Crow, never see the bright lights. Except for maybe one Superstars every 6 months.
I gotta ask this, Sam, because I'm hoping that you have seen Solomon Crow at some point since he made his debut. I don't like that slingshot splash thing.
You don't like that as his finisher?
I don't.
I don't either. Don't know why he was chosen.
Maybe he did it. I have no idea.
Does someone else do a stretch muffler?
I think Brock pulls it out on occasion, but nothing to the point where they're like, oh, you can't use that because Lesnar uses that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know why he or them have chosen that to be the finish. I don't mind that as part of his arsenal. I just don't think it makes a very good finale.
No, it's not a good finish at all. It looks, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm glad that he's there now.
Yeah, he showed up. So that was pretty cool. Didn't know if it was ever going to happen. So, exciting times.
Very, very exciting times. Yeah, so I thought we would touch on the NXT thing because, like I said, it's the talk of Twitter today. Now I have to adjust my plans, Sam. I have to. I have to at least make some of the NXT show. Some of it.
You know.
Like, I'd be okay missing the first two matches, because it's probably going to be like the Vaudevillains or Team Dubstep. I don't even know if they have a real name, but it's the champions, and they come out with Dubstep. One of them's a redneck, one of them's from England, I think. The Lucha Dragons, I mean, it's going to be stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll see. I'm fully committed to Ring of Honor, because I think Briscoe Joe is going to be a good main event. Liger's going to be there. It'll be my first time seeing him live, so. But, yeah. Just got to spend a little more money, it looks like.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how that whole situation turns out for everybody. Because people are trying to sell their tickets today. All crazy like.
Yes. Now, when is the WWN Live Super Show?
I don't know. Saturday?
Yeah, it might be. As a matter of fact, I think it is, because...
I know Evolve is running Friday, and it's going to be in time for people to do NXT.
Yes.
That's all I know.
And then Saturday night is the WrestleCon Super Show, which has an eclectic mix of talents. So that should be a good time.
WrestleCon is fun.
Yes. Yeah. ACH versus John Morrison is the only match I can think of right now. Off the top of my head. I know Liger will be there.
Hardys versus Sabu and RVD.
Yes. Now, I do know, I looked just a couple days ago. They have announced, 5 or 6 names from TNA for that show. Like James Storm. God, is Kenny King? I might have to look that up before we leave.
Yeah.
There's a lot of TNA names going to be on that show.
Quite a bit.
But, Sam, before we get to WrestleMania weekend, and we talk a little bit about the WWE, our friends at AIW, in the heart of Cleveland, Ohio, they're going to be putting on Gauntlet for the Gold. This is 10? I believe it's Gauntlet for the Gold 10.
Yeah.
Next Friday night, March the 20th, and generally, to me, one of the biggest shows of the year.
True.
With the Gauntlet Rumble and all that. And your boy, Too Cold Scorpio, making his AIW debut, Sam, against Ricky Shane Page.
Oh, that match. So pumped. I can't wait to see that on MP4. That match looks ridiculous. Ricky Shane Page is one of my favorite guys in the Midwest. Too Cold Scorpio, one of my favorite wrestlers ever. He can still go. The last time I saw him in 2013, he was tearing it up with ACH and Mike Cruz. So, I think he still got it, and we're going to see a killer match.
It'll be fun. I don't think I've watched Too Cold Scorpio match since the ACH match from, the
National Pro Wrestling Day.
National Pro Wrestling Day before it became National Chikara Day.
Frickin' Chikara.
That pisses me off. The whole concept was great. National Pro Wrestling Day, because it opened up my eyes to quite a few people that I'd never seen before. But God bless you if you're a Chikara fan. I'm not going to hate on you for it. But this is not my bag. And so I literally have zero interest in National Pro Wrestling Day now, because it's just a Chikara show.
The fact that I enjoyed Chikara so much, and then the reboot happened, and I was like, fuck, this all sucks. Why?
Is Icarus still the champion?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Sums it up.
I think we should tweet Lane and remind him of that.
Yeah, I bet he would love that.
Yes. Also, at Gauntlet for the Gold 10, presented by AIW, Johnny Gargano taking on Ray Rowe. Got Davey Vega defending the AIW Intense title in a 4-way match against Chris Sabin, Candice LeRae, and Louis Linden. The AIW Absolute Champion Josh Alexander with Veda Scott will definitely be in attendance. I don't know if they've announced any more matches past that, but I'm sure most of it will shake up before the end of next week. Eddie Kingston is now a regular in AIW, so I'm digging that. I like Eddie Kingston. For those of you who listened to the podcast last time, that was the gentleman who was the intro for the podcast. Did you get to hear that, Sam?
I'm gonna be honest and say no. I'm a terrible person. But
here's the thing: I don't listen to a lot of our podcasts back because I lived through it, so I don't usually have to go back and listen to it.
Exactly.
I know. But yeah, he was the intro last week. It was fun.
I'll go do that after this. And, I bet it sounds wonderful.
Absolutely. So, yes, check out our friends, Absolute Intense Wrestling, at AIWrestling.com. You can still get tickets there.